Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel, Peter Watches TV. Formerly, Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions, better known as, and that's my opinion with Peter Mon. But now, we have changed, and we are Peter Watches TV. So I am binge watching all kinds of series and talking about it over here. I love TV. So for those of you that don't know that you're new to my channel, I love TV. I love everything about TV. There is nothing I won't watch on TV. If somebody tells me this TV show is good, I will watch it. I have a list of all these shows. I am like attempting, okay, this summer I am attempting a very long reality show and a very long drama show. This summer I am attempting to binge watch from the very beginning. I've never watched it before. Grey's Anatomy, which my husband is addicted to, and I'm also attempting to binge watch Sister Wives. I think both of them have like 20 or 21 seasons, so that is going to be my summer. But I love to just like find a new TV show that's out and binge watch it. The other day I talked about Baby Reindeer over here. I've got some other shows that I want to talk about that I previously watched. I have a bunch of shows that I am getting ready to watch. For example, Palm Royale on Apple TV. I love Apple TV. Apple TV puts so many great shows out. They have comedies like Loot, which I'm currently watching, which I love. They have like dark comedies like Severance, which I absolutely loved as well. I think the second season is coming out soon. They have mystery thrillers based on novels like The Last Thing He Told Me with Jennifer Garner, which was fantastic. I loved that as well. They have so many great shows over on Apple TV. No, this is not sponsored by Apple TV. I have every streaming app that known to man. I have Shudder, I have Tubi, I have WoW Presents for RuPaul's Drag Race stuff, I have Max, I have Peacock, Paramount, I have every streaming app. My husband and I have cable, every streaming app in the entire world. There is not a show we cannot watch, let's just put it that way. Okay, and if there is a show that we can't watch, I usually just buy the whole season of it or something like that. I did that with the Garden Communer Cult. So anyway, I have so many shows that I want to go back and talk about on this channel. But today I want to talk about a show that I watched recently. I will also say this, if there are shows that you guys want me to binge watch and then you want to hear or you just want to hear what my review is of it in the comment section, put it in the comment section below. I'm currently, like there's always shows that I watch throughout the week that are on currently that I watch with my husband. But then I usually have like one show, like long show that I'm binging. So for example, right now that's The Walking Dead. And then like I'll have smaller shows in between that I'm binge watching and trying to get through. Like this weekend, well last week it was Baby Reindeer and Fallout, and then this week I'm trying to look for something else, and I think it's going to be, somebody recommended this to me and told me, they were like, Peter, I think that you would like this because it reminded them of something else. I can't remember what it was now, but there's a couple shows on Netflix that I think people think are really good. I think there's a few shows on Netflix that didn't make no sense. That didn't make no sense. There's a couple shows on Netflix that I really want to see that people have recommended to me, and they said, I think you would like this. And so I'm willing to watch anything. If I watch, like, for a while I was getting really, really into the Harlan Coben shows and things like that. And I loved all those, and I made it through like 3 series, and then I like got into something else. I love true crime as well. You guys know I'll watch any true crime documentary. I'm probably going to be covering some of that over here, but I will go deeper into the stories on my drama channel because I'm covering true crime on my drama channel now as well. So any TV show I will be covering over here, and I'm very, very excited about it. So if I watch it, I will be covering it over here. Okay, and when I get done with The Walking Dead, I will be doing a review of what I thought of the whole entire show. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a show that was recommended to me, and so it's Fallout, which is on Amazon Prime, and it's based on a video game. And yes, I'm fully aware it's based on a video game. I'm nervous to make this review because I know so many people will say that they played the video game or what they thought of the video game and things like that. So anyway, but see, I'm nervous, I can't talk about it. A couple of people commented to me and they said, you should watch Fallout. I think you would really like Fallout. I like dystopian shows. I like, you know, Armageddon, End of the World kind of shows. I like any of those kind of shows, right? And so they're like, I think that you would like, I think that you would enjoy Fallout. So I watched a trailer to it and I was kind of like, maybe, but I don't know. And then, like, I showed it to my husband because my husband loves all the Marvel and DC movies, like comics movies. He loves all of those. And it kind of gave me that feel a little bit. And so I thought he would like it, but he watched the trailer and he was like, no, I'm not into this at all. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll start it. So later that night when he went to bed, I was like, well, I'm going to start it. So I started it, and I watched, I think, the first 4 episodes the first night and the second 4 episodes the second night. And I really, really enjoyed it. And no, I never played the video game. I'm not a video game person. I think the last time I played a video game was Pitfall. On Atari. I don't know, or Nintendo, way back when I was like in 7th grade. I haven't played video games in forever. I haven't. But people I know will ask me that, because when I watched The Last of Us, which, by the way, I just have to tell you, from HBO, so since I'm watching The Walking Dead, I'm constantly like Google searching things like, what other shows were this person on, that person. I'm always Googling stuff when I'm watching TV shows. Y'all do that? Oh my God, I love it so much. But anyway, so I was like Googling like best, zombie books, best zombie, because I've got a lot of them, and I've read a lot. The Rhiannon Frater series, As the World Dies, is my favorite zombie series of life. And she also did a podcast about iZombie, I think. So then I was like looking up like best zombie books, best zombie movies, best zombie TV series, and there's a lot of articles that have ranked like all the zombie TV series in a row. And The Walking Dead is always number 2. But do you know what number 1 always is? The Last of Us, which I think is so interesting. And I loved it with Pedro Pascal. It's fantastic. I think it's coming out, the next season's coming out in 2025. They're currently in the filming for it right now. My allergies are killing me. I apologize. They're mowing the lawn today, and it's like 100 times worse because of all that. They got all that stuff, So anyway, I watched Fallout last weekend. I didn't really know what to expect, okay? Now, I knew it was about, if you've watched a trailer, it kind of shows these people that live in like these underground bunkers, which they call vaults. And then this girl kind of like goes out into the world, and you don't really know why she is. And it's very much kind of like a Mad Max kind of world, but from like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of sense of humor, if that makes sense. Okay, it's not serious like Mad Max. It's like point of view of humor. And so here, let me read you the synopsis for it a little bit. Fallout 2024 drama, 1 season. It's on Prime. In a future post-apocalyptic Los Angeles brought about by nuclear decimation, citizens must live in underground bunkers to protect themselves from radiation, mutants, and bandits. And the main star is Ella Purnell, whose name is Lucy in it. And it also has Walton Goggins, who plays the Ghoul, and a bunch of other people. And Kyle MacLachlan is from the Twin Peaks. He plays her dad. So here's kind of the whole synopsis about it, is that they live in these vaults, and like everybody in the vault is kind of like sees things perfectly, like very Pollyanna-ish, right? Like, and one day we're going to go to the surface, and it's supposed to have been like 200 years. And one day we're going to go to the surface, and we're going to save the world, and we're going to repopulate the world, and we're all really good people, and we were chosen for the vaults, and it's like that kind of attitude, right? And so Lucy, who I couldn't figure out how I knew her, I Google searched her, and I was like, I never watched any of these shows. And then it said Yellow Jackets. And I was like, oh my God, she played that main girl in if you've watched Yellow Jackets, she plays like the 2 best friends when they go back in time, and she's the one that dies. Don't want to ruin it for you, but okay, a lot of people die in Yellow Jackets. So you'll know who I'm talking about, the best friend. So I was like, oh my God, I loved her on Yellow Jackets, and she's so good in it. She is so. Everybody in this show is phenomenal. The guy that plays the cowboy, the Ghoul, what is his name? Walter Goggins. He plays Cooper Howard. And he plays like this actor that was like a cowboy western actor, and then he dies, and he's trying to find his wife and his daughter, but they call him a ghoul. And the reason they call him a ghoul is because he's been affected by radiation. And so a lot of people have been affected by radiation. So anyway, here's the deal. So they're in their vault, and she's supposed to marry this guy from another vault to like kind of cross-pollinate. There's like a lot of like sexual humor in this joke that's a little weird about like doing it with cousins and stuff, but like makes sense in the context of they've only lived with their own families for 200 years. But anyway, so she's supposed to marry somebody from like another vault. And so when they come over, they have like this wedding, and I don't really know how to explain it. It reminds me of, if you've watched Silo, it kind of reminds me of Silo a little bit, but Silo was very serious, in where like they're projecting like this image on the wall of like a movie, but it's not like really like the outside. So it looks like they're outside, but they're actually underneath the ground in these vaults. And so she gets married, and they have this wedding, and then at the wedding, all these people like start killing everybody, and they realize that somebody's taken over this vault and whatever. And so then they take her dad, who is played by Kyle MacLachlan, who was in Twin Peaks. McLaughlin, I can't remember how you pronounce his name. He was in Blue Velvet, Twin Peaks, all those David Lynch movies. I love him so much. Loved Twin Peaks, one of my favorite shows of life. And so they take him to the surface. So then she decides that she's going to go to the surface to find her dad. And what it is her basically coming in contact with like every Mad Max kind of creature, person that's left alive that's like been exposed to radiation, that she has to like kill her way through to finding her dad. There's like little towns set up, and at the same time there's this guy who was part of this other group of people that survived, and he's trying to like find justice for something. And so it's like the two of them coming together. Anyway, it is so good. There's a little romance and there's a lot of adventure. There's a lot of humor. It's very humorous. No, I never did watch the, never played the video game. Did you do it this? The joystick? Do you guys remember the Atari back in the day when you had the joystick? I didn't play the video game. I don't know anything about the video game, but I do know that this show is fantastic. And the only thing I didn't love about it is, whenever I watch a show, even like The Walking Dead, this kind of like annoys me a little bit. When I watch a show, but when you're like on the 7th or 8th season of a show like The Walking Dead, you kind of know it's probably going to continue or they're going to have a final season where they close everything out. When I watch like the first season of one show, I feel like the first season should be as if a standalone. Like it should end as like a standalone. It shouldn't end on a cliffhanger. The show ends completely on a cliffhanger. I mean, you're like fulfilled enough that you're like, oh, that was a great show. But at the same time, it's like so much more is going to unfold in the next season. It has been renewed. I just looked it up. And it said the series 2020, it's set in 2020, 96 setting is the furthest in the future and that the Fallout franchise has occurred. On April 18th, 2024, Amazon Prime Video renewed the series for a second season. So, it was renewed again. It will be coming out probably in 2025. There's a lot of interesting things, and there's a lot of conversation because there's like LGBTQIA plus representation in here. There's trans characters in here. There's a lot of issues that people are talking about that really have nothing to do with the show. I thought the show was done fantastically. They have this whole like barter system, Barter Town, that reminds me of like Barter Town. Like, do you remember Tina Turner ran that? And that was, what was that? Who runs Bartertown? Master Blaster runs Bartertown. Do you remember that? Oh my God, from Mad Max. I love that so much. But it was the second Mad Max, right? That Tina Turner run. And then she sang that song, not What's Love Got... No, that was What's Love Got to Do with It. But she sang that song. Remember? That was in the Mad Max movie. But anyway, I love that one. And Master Blaster says, who runs Bartertown? She goes, Master Blaster runs Bartertown. I love Tina Turner so much. Aww. But anyway, so it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. If you like those Mad Max movies... Actually, two of my favorite characters, I keep on seeing her in my head, is like these two women that run like this barter business that everything's for caps. I don't know why. They're like two of my favorite characters in the whole show. But the show is like really good. I will tell you, I never really got bored of it. Like there wasn't like one episode where I was like, okay, I've got to be over the show. The show isn't good anymore. Like I got to get done with it. I'm tired of it. I'm bored. I never really felt like that, not once watching the show. I thought it was great. For those of you, I would love to know that play the video game. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and they played the video game and they watched the show, and they said that this does not make sense to me, so for those of you out there that watch the video game, it'll make sense to you, but they said that this installment of where it was in California had never happened in the video game, or something like that. The video game doesn't take place there, so like this was like new, like this was a new part to the video game. I didn't know what they were talking about, but I was like, okay, but I like the show. I didn't play the video game, but I like the show. I didn't play The Last of Us either, but I like the show. When I would say that to people, people would be like, but did you play the video game? But did you play Miss Pac-Man in an arcade in 1985? I did, okay, so get over it. But anyway, I love the show. Out of 10, I would probably give it... I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, it was really binge-worthy, and I really loved it. I will definitely watch Season 2 when it comes out. I thought it could have been a little faster-paced. I thought it could have been a little bit more creative in some areas. But yeah, I really, really loved it. I thought it was really good, and it's weird because it's kind of a different show than I usually watch. So anyway, in the comment section below, please put recommendations for shows that you guys would like me to watch, that you would like me to cover, and that you would like me to review, or any recommendations for anybody. Just read in the comments. Put them down there. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.